Okay, so tonight we're gonna have a pan-seared salmon with a pea puree sauce, some shiitake mushrooms, and some new potatoes. And first thing we're gonna do is cut up the shiitake mushrooms. So we wanna take the stems off the shiitakes because shiitake mushrooms, the stems are tough. So you really don't wanna eat them. So we just take those off real quick. And then I'm gonna saute them. And while they're sauteing, I'll show you how to take the skin off the salmon, and then we will pan sear that. And the biggest thing with cooking fish, the biggest mistake that people make, is they overcook the fish. So I'm gonna show you how we do it and how not to overcook the fish. So we'll slice these up real quick. There we go. The other whole thing with this meal, you're gonna watch the whole thing probably in real time, is how quick it goes. If you've got everything set up, it goes really quick. So, I'm gonna cook the mushrooms. You can see I've got potatoes here. The potatoes I did earlier, so they're new potatoes. I cut them all so they're an even height. And then I pre-parboiled them in some water with a little turmeric. And then I'm going to put those in the oven here in a second, right now. There's my second. And we're just going to heat them up in the oven. Okay. Got our salmon over here. The salmon came with the skin on. Some people cook fish with the skin on. They like the skin. That's a personal thing for me. I don't like it, but this is how you take skin off the fish. And you just got to get down here so I can get it started. So there's the skin. You get down to the skin, and then you get an angle like that, and then you just pull the skin. See that? Comes right off. Skin's gone. Now we're going to cut it into portions. There's 3 of us tonight, so 3 nice even portions. And then this is the thin piece of the belly that I cut off. And I'm going to cook that too because I have a golden doodle that loves fish.
That would be Betty.
His girlfriend's here today too, so she'll probably like it. Okay, so when you're gonna sear anything really, fish, steak, whatever, the important thing is mushrooms, when you cook them, they absorb a lot of the oil. So don't be afraid to add a little oil to them. And always season them with a little salt, pepper. Okay. All right. Okay. Then we're going to season the fish with salt and pepper. There we go. I'm going to make sure this bad boy is hot. You'll start seeing a little smoke rising off the pan when it's ready. Back here I've got that pea puree sauce that I was talking about. And when I'm just about ready to start serving that, I'm going to finish it with just a little bit of butter. Okay. That is ready. All right. Okay, once you've got them in the pan, you want to let it sit. Don't mess with it, just let it sit. It's going to develop a little crust on it. I'll show you on the sides here, you can already see, if you look down in here, see how the color's changing down the bottom there? That means it's already starting to cook. As it gets farther up, and I've developed the crust, then I'll flip it over. But you really want to, when you develop that caramelization in the fish and the flesh, it kind of sweetens it up. It gives it a new texture. That's my favorite way to do it. Okay, mushrooms are looking good. Potatoes in the oven. And what's that?
Just how much you did on the pizza.
Oh, you're right. I didn't talk about that.
I know.
So the puree, I did this ahead of time. Same thing with the potatoes, just because it would be a longer video. What this is fresh peas. I dropped them in some boiling water. It doesn't take long to cook a fresh peas, a couple of minutes. I took them out. I put them in a food processor with a little bit of fresh tarragon, a little bit of mirin, which is rice wine, and salt and pepper. Pureed them, and then I just pushed them through a strainer, and that takes all the skin from the peas and everything and makes it a smooth sauce. And then I also, because it was a little thick, I add a little bit of white wine. And then as soon as it's hot, I'm going to put some butter in it and we'll finish it off, and it's going to be good. So this whole meal is really not going to take long. I don't know how long this video's been going now, but
8 minutes.
8 minutes. So 8 minutes probably, I don't know, once you start cooking, it's going to be maybe 15 minutes. It doesn't take long. And that's the whole idea. You'll see when we're done what the plate looks like. You can make a nice meal, do a little prep ahead of time. Once your guests come, it takes you a few minutes to put it all together and you're done. Okay, it looks like that's ready. So, see how nice that color is in that fish? That is beautiful. My goodness. Okay. So now this is going to cook just a few minutes more. I'm going to let it sit for just a couple seconds here like this. I'll finish it in the oven. And then over here, I've got I saved some of the peas. I didn't puree everything. That's just going to use that for a garnish. I have some fresh tarragon for a garnish. And these are radish sprouts. I'm just going to use that for a garnish on top of the fish. It just helps with the overall presentation. So in the oven. Mushrooms are done. I've got a couple of rolls here. I'm going to heat those up in the oven. So the last time we did a salmon dish, the cameraman had
lady.
had a snafu, so we fired her and we hired somebody a little more competent. All right.
Who may quit.
Sorry. So. Have a little butter here.
Nothing like heavy cream and butter.
Nothing like it. Again, the butter, obviously it adds a richness, but it also adds the shine to the sauce. It just makes it a really nice sauce. It kind of brings it all together. Okay, we're gonna warm these up real quick. Not a huge fan of a microwave, but it does the job here. Just gonna warm them up. Put that there. Ready for the plate. Okay, salmon is finished. Our potatoes are ready. Rolls are in the oven. Sauce is ready. Here we go. So we're going to plate everything up now. There's the little sauce. And then, you know, if you don't have tarragon growing in your garden, and Arizona doesn't grow that well, so you have to buy some, and you'll have this big old package of tarragon, and you only need a little bit of it. If you pull all the leaves off, set it on a plate, you can dry it out, and then you can use it later. Ready. Piece. Okay. Mushrooms. Now, if you don't like shiitake mushrooms, you could certainly use creminis or, you know, whatever. I just think shiitake's really lend itself to this dish.
Who doesn't like shiitakes?
I don't know. Okay. Salmon. And that bad boy almost got away from me. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so now let's just finish these. Top. Okay.
And that was radish sprouts?
Yep. And then a little sprig of fresh tarragon. Alrighty. I think my sous chef thinks he's gonna get lucky over there. Okay, and that's it. We're ready to eat. Again, I don't know how many minutes that was, but it didn't take very long. That's it for today. See you guys.